Okay guys, as I said, I promised you something at the end, and what I wanted to point out to all of you is that this player, Vnrock, was map hacking the entire game. Now, I've gone over the replay several times, and I'm not just going to say, oh, this guy's a map hacker because he outplayed me at certain parts or anything like that. I'm going to be going through this video with some very poor editing to show you guys each instance that might reveal him as a map hacker. Right now, I've got like a 99% assurance that he is cheating. So, here we go. First of all, 06 to 09. Who does that? Scouting a empty base in the beginning of a game. And now we have 57 to 59 seconds. Once again, scouting an empty base, but he was telling his probe to move there, so that's not too suspect. Now we've got 129. Once again, looking at an empty base. 154. Looking at an empty base again. Now, next spot is at 258. See what he does this time. Looking at an empty base that his probe already left. Now notice when he's doing this, he's not telling his units to move there or anything. Only that one time with the probe. Next we have at 335. Once again, looking at an empty base real fast. Next is at 403. Looking at an empty base. Or I guess I should say a fog of war base. Next we have at 435. 437. Looking at an empty base and panning over it a little bit as if he could actually see something there. Quite shocking. 503. Now this one is interesting, I think. Maybe it's this one. Looking at the fogged base, but what is he doing? Whoa, I just put up an expansion and he just happens to look there. That's not blatant at all. Yeah, I'm a little bit angry. This took a long time to write down all these times, but not only is he looking at my empty base, but he pans over to my expansion right when I get it. What are the odds? Okay, continue here. Next is at 515. Pans over my main, and now he started looking at my expansion as well, right when I get it up. And if we look at the minimap, you can't see that. 538. Looking at my choke, let's see what's at my choke. Just an overlord, so nothing there. Not sure why he chose to look there at that point. Now we have it at 620. Looking at my main once again in the fog. Looking at my expansion once again. 640. More of the same. Okay, tell me that anyone else does that. No one does that. I think he just did it again there. I might have missed it. And this is where I get my Ling in and do a little bit of scouting of his Dark Shrine. Now looking at my expansion. Okay, he's telling his Zealots to move there, so that's normal. 736, looking at it once again, even though there's no scout in there. And okay, and if you'll notice, if you play this guy, his mechanics are terrible. Terrible macro, terrible micro, bad decision making. And the main thing that just reveals this guy, he didn't get an observer the entire game. You'll notice he decides to move out with 5 Zealots on an expansion without scouting, without knowing anything that I had. I can understand moving in with DTs, that's a little different, that's fine, I didn't blame him for that. But moving in with 5 Zealots at my expansion is, that's a bit questionable. I'm not going to say that that was a huge map hack moment though, because, you know, a lot of Zerg players will neglect units and just go heavy into the macro, so. Now we're just doing all this stuff where he's killing my shit and yada yada. Fast forwarding to 1222. I guess I'm not going to be editing this just too much, which is probably a good thing for you guys. 1222, looking at my choke. Now, why would he look at my choke? Oh, because that's where I'm going to be rallying all my units. Now, he's going to be looking at it more than just this time, but the reason he looked there is because he saw a clump of units on the minimap. That's really the only reason. Alright, let's see. Okay, this is a good one. Maybe I wrote it down because of this. Alright, so let's look at his vision. Let's slow it down a little bit. Now mutas, if we look here, he's moving over to the right before he can see my mutas. Now I did just kill his attack and I might be going in for a harass, so that's not too unusual. But we're going to see a lot more blatant instances of this in just a little bit. So he shoots off my mutas. Look at his camera. Now he's looking at the watchtower. Is there anything there? No, nothing at the watchtower. So he shoots off my mutas. And now fast forward to 1409. Small number of stalkers. What do I have here? A spine that's just about to get in, some lings and some mutas. So he doesn't know anything that I have. If we look at his vision, if we look here, he doesn't have any idea what I have. But notice when he backs off. Now he backs off right now before the spine attacks. There's no way he would have known to back off right in that instant. He backed off like without even knowing what I had. Why did he even move these forces up there? I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. 1530 is the next one. Camera view. Pretty normal, just typical slow movement. And notice he did plant his stalkers over there on the side to stop my mutas. Was that? Oh, that was the 1531. Okay. Alright, so kills my overlord. Now 1530. I don't know why I chose this one. Oh, okay. He's just looking at my base once more. Next, okay, this one is the huge one. This is one that's like really long. Okay, so he fends off my mutas. Now, let's watch what he does. Look at my mutas. See, my mutas are flying up in the middle of the map around here. I'll kind of follow them. He's bringing his stalkers over here. My mutas are now up there. And, okay, right there. Did you see that? Did you see that shit? I'm sounding like a huge whiner right now, but look. Oh, bam. He pans up as if he sees something. Oh, what's there? Mutas. Weird. And now he's going to meet these mutas. I'm going to run away with the mutas. And now let's see what he does from here. Mutas are, looks like they're going down here. Okay, he's probably going to bring his stalkers over there. Yes, he meets them when they come down. Not unusual. Now the mutas are running. And now if we look, the mutas are now up here. Looking at my base in the fog once again. What is... Yeah, okay, that's really all I should have to show you guys. And now, my mutas, last you saw them, they ran up from this base, directly north. And if we look at them, they're right above his base. He can't see them. He can just now see them. Nothing shocking right there.
I'm here in the shadows.
1730. Once again, moving his stalkers over here before he sees them coming. He can check on the minimap to see them. Next one is at 1812. Okay, now he's just suspiciously kind of looking in this direction. Oh, shocking, that's where my mutas are. 1820 does it again. 1850, he will do something else. He's looking down here. Let's see. Oh, weird. There's something down there. Now, 1930.
I'm here in the shadows.
Sending his stalker down there.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, okay. Now he's... Oh, who would have thought? My mutas are up here. Okay, you guys have to see that one. So last time, my mutas were over here. Now let's follow his cam. My mutas are flying over here at this point. And he brings his stalkers to the left. He's sending his one stalker over there. And he looks up into the fog right where he can't see my mutas. He sees them coming. Selects the stalkers. He's waiting. He's waiting for him. And look at this. He can't see them at all. They're flying along the left side of the map. He looks at them in the fog. He's waiting. He's waiting for them. And there they come. I run away because his stalkers are just sitting right there. Oh boy. .2008. Once again, looking at a fogged base. Let's see, when's the next one? 2019, he did it again. 2053, I wrote something down. 2114. Looking at, okay, he looked at right here. Oh, weird. Right when I put down my expansion and right where I've got all my units stacked up. I have my own Zergling at that watchtower. And another curious thing, why is he making zealots? He never scouted my lings once. Not once this entire game did he scout this many lings. But he's warping in zealots right now. Huh. $21.35. Yeah, this is kind of drawn out, you guys. You obviously don't have to watch it all, but you can see him panning over where my army is. Yep. Panning over it some more. And now looks like we do have this big battle in bottom pretty soon. Yep, there we go. I do wipe him out. All his forces are dead. But just watch until the end, because at the end I have like even more awesome stuff happens. And now he's following my units in the fog down there. You can see him following them. Now my mutas are running away. Now going into my main. Blah 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 blah. 25. Okay, this part's kind of cool. Alright, so he was able to run one DT away. Now let's watch. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Looking at my base once again, and now he's looking closely at my expansion because he wants to see if he can move that DT up in there, but he notices that he can't because there's an overseer in all my forces. Now I've got my force right around here on the mini. 25, 48. Oh, what's he looking at? This is what he's looking at. And now, something I noticed at the end of the game. I go in, tear apart all his Archons, all his Stalkers, and shit like that. Notice there was no observer this entire match. 26-55. What do you do when you lose to an opponent? You scan, you throw away a bunch of scans, you just send in retarded scouts to see what your opponent had. Because you want to know, like, what you could have done better, right? I know that's what I do. I suicide overlords and I just try to get as much intel as I can. Now, what does he do when he loses a game? He does the exact same thing. Looking at my expansion, looking at my natural, looking at my choke point. Didn't actually look at my main. And now at 27:06. There's 20 seconds left in this game. At 27:06, he pauses on this screen. He's going to be on this screen the rest of the game. So what is he doing right now? Right now, he's alt-tabbed. And about right... This is still on his screen. He is just staying here. And about right here is about a 10-second period of lag that he was like disconnecting or something like that. And that is my hypothesis, is that he was reloading the game. He was coming back into the game. And there's always a little bit of lag when you do that if you aren't in windowed mode. And so he's now back in the game. And then he leaves. I know that's kind of long-winded, a little bit drawn out, but I was frustrated, and I just wanted to show you guys that there are hacks in this game. There are hackers in this game. When I completed this game, I didn't get any points for it. I don't know why. It probably had something to do with hacks that he has. But that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed looking at a cheater. Thanks for watching.